Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn basics configuration of ACCU360 ERP like company configuration, document series, master creations like customer, supplier, items, sell and purchase tax configurations, purchase flow, sales flow, and some transactional data. Okay, and in transactional data, we will also see about how the effects are going. So let's first configure the company. So to configure the company, we have to go to search bar and then search for company. Okay, so you have to make sure that you have correctly configured the company and their ledgers and everything, okay, before starting any transactions. So make sure that you have consulted with the ACCU360 consultant or any with your accountant who is expert in ledger setup and everything. Okay, so for example, as per our case study, we will just show you the standard configuration, and you can also change your configuration as per your requirement. Okay, so here you can see that I have already created a company, so that's why this is coming. Okay, but in your company also you will have the same kind of window where the company will be already listed. Okay, so just open this one, and when you are opening this, you can see that default currencies, countries, domain, all these are coming by default. Okay, so if you want to change anything, then you can just change from here. Okay, so system, when it is installed, system provide you default configurations that you can change later on as per your requirement. Okay, so here you can see the sections, like it is divided in different sections, like the accounting settings and the stock settings and their ledgers. Okay, and also on the top there is some tabs. Okay, in more information you can declare more things like the assets, depreciations, HRA, company budget detail, and also company's address. Okay, and in connections you can see that all the document, that overall how many sales order is created in your company, delivery note, sales order, project issue, quotations, you can monitor from here only. So in this company page, you can define some of your ledgers, like default ledger, like here default receivable account for the debtor, then we have just option for debtor. Okay, and if you want to select the default stock in hand ledgers, then you can just define from here only. Okay, so here by default it is coming stock in hand ledger. Why it is coming only the stock in hand ledger? Because some filters are applied to avoid the misconfigurations. Okay, so here only ledger will come which is assigned as whose type is stock. Okay, so from there only it is coming. Okay, so stock in hand is selected. Okay, and also there are, suppose if you want to add some company's address, tax detail and everything, then you just move to more information, then company information. Okay, so here I will just add one sample address to showcase. Okay, so you have to click here new address. So here I am just selecting. Then you can leave all this if you do not want to configure, but the state is mandatory. Okay, so if you prefer this is a billing and shipping address, then you have to check this one. Okay, if your company have multiple address, like address 1, address 2, or in a different state your company is dealing, then in the same way just go to more information, company info, then add another address. Okay, so like this you can define your multiple address. Okay, now company basic configuration is done. Still we have some more configurations to do. As of right now, we will do the sell tax and purchase tax configuration, so that we can start our transactions, and after starting the transactions we will learn more about some basics configuration and the things that we have to take care before actually going in production. Okay, so to configure the sell tax or purchase tax, you have to go to the accounting module. To go to the accounting module, just I'm going to search bar and then open accounts. Okay, so here you can see all the accounts module are coming. Okay, so I will just go to the tax, and first I will configure the sell tax. Okay, so here we are in India, so we will just showcase you how we configure the GST. Okay, so here we will go and create. So we have to define text title, that is basically a name. Okay, so I am just configuring the 18% of CSGST. Okay, so here I am giving 18% CSGST. Okay, so the company, then here you have to define on net total, you have to define. Okay, then you have to select the head basically means like, you, since our CGST is divided into 99%, then we have to select two heads. Okay, so first I am selecting CGST, that is 9%, and then again here I am selecting SGST, here it is, and that is a 9%, and this is how 18% of GST is created. Okay, there are some more things that you have to configure, like interest rate. Since I'm creating CSGST, so it is not interest rate, all these things, but in this video I'm just giving you the overview so that I will complete up in a very short period. Okay, so for the deep learning, we are deep learning of the GST system and configurations, taxations, income tax, like employee tax, all these things, there is a separate video where you can learn more about the taxation systems. Okay, so this is just a overview video, so I will just create 2-3 taxations, and now I'm going to create another tax that is called IGST 18%. Okay, so again here I will just select it on net total IGST. Okay, that is 18%. That's it. So now I have two tax type, that is called IGST and CGST. Okay, CSGST. Okay, so now I will create purchase text and template. Okay, so again same here, so I will just create 18% CSGST on net total, then here I can give CGST just 9%, and then on net total SG, yes, here it is SGST. Okay, then again I will create IGST 18%, again on net total, here is IGST 18%. Okay, so we all know the IGST is the interest rate, so I'm just selecting it. You can keep it blank also. Now our tax and company is configured, so now we can start our transactions. Still, before starting the transactions, we need some more things to configure or to create, like masters. Here we have to create for the purchase we have to create supplier, for the sales we have to create customers, and then most importantly that is the item. Okay, so let's first start the item. Okay, so to create the item, you can go in the search bar and then search for the item list, or you can go from here also, stock and then items and then item. Okay, item and price, then item. Okay, so from here also I can go. Here you can see there is no item. Okay, so we have to create one. Okay, so I will just create a tangible item, not service item. So I'm just creating a Samsung phone. Okay, product, I'm just defining any group. Okay, so HSN code is required in India, so I'm just selecting. So unit of measurement is in number. Okay, so these are the basic things that you have to provide before creating item. Okay, and when you are creating item, you have to make sure how you want to store your items, like serial number wise, batch number wise, or if it is a service item or an intangible item, or if it is a fixed assets or sellable items. Okay, so based on that you have to configure the item. So in this case I am taking a very simple case, that I have an item that I will do the transactions, there is no serial number and nothing. Okay, so that I will just show you simple transaction how it happens. Okay, so but still I will show you some of the things that will be useful in your configuration. Okay, So here I am taking, here I can define the cell text, means like item text. Okay, so here you can see the item text template. You can define your template, and then automatically when you are calling this item in transaction, the text category will be auto applied. If you want to configure that kind of things, then you can do it from item master. Okay, since I'm not going to do all these things, so I will not showcase this in this video. Okay, so if you want, then you can follow the documentation, then you can learn from there also. Okay, but in next video you will learn how to configure all this. Okay, so also in item master you can define your reorder levels. Reorder level, suppose for example you want to auto generate your reorder. Suppose if I stock reach to certain level, then system automatically create a mutual request and notify it to the purchase department. Okay, then you can do the configurations right from here only. Okay, so with the very basic configuration I am just saving this. Okay, and now I will create one more item, that is a service item. Okay, to create a service item, the same step, that I will go to item list, then from here I can create item. Suppose for example I have to create internet service. Okay, since this is a service, okay, so I have to uncheck this as a maintain stock. Okay, if I select it is service item, then automatically it unchecked. Okay, so after selecting it as service, you can see here use default ledger for accounting. So what basically this is, you all know that a service item, either it is recorded in the expense or directly it is an income if it is sales. Okay, so if you select it as a default, then by default it will hit cost of goods sold account when you are purchasing any item. Basically it will hit expense account. Okay, so but if you want to define your ledger, that there should be a ledger in expense, that is called as expense for internet or internet expense. So I will create a ledger to define the expense account for this item. Okay, so here I can create ledger from here also by doing the new account, or I can select from existing expense account also. Okay, so I'm just selecting from here only. Just I will select it as office rental or office maintenance. No, I will just select it as miscellaneous expenses. Okay, so here is one. So from here I can select the miscellaneous expenses. So whenever I'm purchasing this item, this ledger will be affected. Okay, so I'm just selecting it. Yes, so service item and one tangible item is created. Okay, now our item is also created. Now we will create supplier and then customer. Okay, so to create the supplier, you just have to go to buy and then supplier, then supplier. Okay, so from here you just click this button, you will go to supplier master, then create from here, just define the name of your supplier. I am creating as demo supplier. Okay, and the group is local or any group that you prefer, or you can, if you see that your group is not available, then you can define your group. Okay, so I am just defining it as local, and then some of the option it is not mandatory to configure immediately, because there are lots of configurations are there which need to be done on particular situations. Like if your the supplier is your transporter, then only you have to select it as a transporter, because immediately you select it as a transporter, then you have to define their GST number and everything. Okay, or if you think that it's a simple supplier, then you just keep it like this only. Okay, and also if you think that this supplier is under withhold tax category, then you have to define withhold tax categories also. Okay, so there are lots of configurations that you can configure, but in this video we will keep it simple so that we can show you the overall effect of the entries. Okay, so with this minimum effect, with minimum configuration, you can start your transaction. Okay, and also note, before making any transactions, it is mandatory to define the address of your supplier. Without any address, you cannot pass any transaction. Okay, so once your supplier is created, after that only this address adding option will activated. Okay, so once your supplier is created, then just go to the address and contact, then add address. Okay, I am selecting it. City Delhi, Then state we have to define, that is city, that is this is mandatory. Okay, then preferred, if it is your preferred shipping and billing, if your supplier have different billing address and supply address, then you can configure as per your requirement. Okay, but for example, for the example, I'm selecting them in both category, in preferred and in preferred billing and preferred shipping also. Okay, so now we have one supplier, and now we will create one customer also. Okay, so to create the customer, we will just go to search bar and then search for the customer. From here I can go to customer list. Actually exactly the same way we have created a supplier, we can create the customer also. Okay, so from here I will just select it as a demo customer. So again, if it is if it is registered, then define registered, or if it is unregistered, then keep it as unregistered. Okay, so with this minimum information you can save the supplier. And also there are lots of things like define price list customer wise, terms and conditions, who is the account manager, their bank account, whether it's an internal customer or if it's a specialized customer for whom there is no delivery approvals is required, their sales order is also not required. So all these things you can configure in advanced level. So you just go through the documentations for the better understanding. Okay, so in video we cannot make it lengthy, that's why we are sorting it in a very short way as possible. Okay, so now our customer is also created, supplier is also created. Now the last part is that we will pass some transactional entry and we will see their effects. Okay, now all the basic configuration and masters are created. So now we will just start with some transactions. So our first transactions we will do is the purchase. Okay, so without purchase we cannot make the sales, so that's the reason, that's why we are creating the purchase first. Okay, so for the purchase again we have to go to the buying, then purchase invoice. Okay, so we do not have any purchase here, so we will just create one. Okay, so from here we will just select the supplier and then the warehouse. Okay, and if you have a multiple warehouse, if you keep on buying for the different warehouse, then from here you can select the warehouse for which you are buying this material. Okay, so for example purpose I'm just selecting it as store. Okay, and now we have to select the item, so I'm taking it Samsung, and the quantity is 4, rate is 5000. Okay, so if I have to define tax here, then I can define here also, or else I can define directly here also if the tax rates are same for all the items. Okay, but I'm just selecting here this another item, that is item 1. The quantity is 50, here is 80 rate, and the percentage is 12. Okay, so here you can see, after filling all this data, you can see all the tax and everything is auto calculated. This is the total tax which is coming in this purchase, and if you want to apply additional discounts and all discounts or anything, then you can do it from here only. Okay, so since I do not have to do anything, I will just submit it. Okay, so this error is coming because multi branch mechanism is activated. Okay, so we have to define for which branch we are purchasing it. So I'm just selecting branch 1. Okay, so now our purchase is done. So let's see their effects and how it is affecting in accounting ledger. Okay, to see all accounting effect of this purchase, you just have to go to view, then select accounting ledger, or you can see the stock ledger also. So first we will see the accounting ledger, then we will see the stock ledger. Okay, so here you can see the FX, how it affected. Okay, which credited, debited, you can see everything here only. Okay, so from here you can understand its ledger. If you want to change the ledger anything, then you have to configure first in their master or in the company level, because some of the ledgers are coming from the company level. Okay, so now let's see stock ledger. Okay, so here you can see the stock ledger. We bought 2 items and the items are this, and warehouse is store where all the items are debited. Okay, so now the purchase is clear to you. So now we will create a sales invoice. Okay, again, to create the sales invoice, I can go to accounting or in a sales. Okay, then the sales invoice, or from accounting also I can go, or from the search also. Okay, so I'm going from here. Exactly the same way how we created the purchase invoice, we can create the sales invoice also. Okay, so here I can select customer, then again the warehouse, that from the store only we have to deduct the item because we have purchased our stock in store only. Okay, so here we have to define a branch. Okay, then again the item is 2, the rate, yeah, rate is not coming because we haven't defined any price list for the selling, that's why the rate is not coming. Okay, so you can also define your purchase price list or sales price list as per your customer also, but here we are not going to discuss about the purchase list, so I'm putting it manually here. Okay, so I will just put it 7,500 something, and again the tax rate is 12%. Item 2, the quantity is 2, rate is anything I can define. Okay, so again same here, like the tax is calculated, the total tax is coming like this, and if you want to apply any discount then you can do the discount here also. Okay, now I am submitting it. Okay, so save and submit. Then again same here, the sales invoice is submitted, then we can see their effects by just going to view. Okay, so here you can see their effects. Okay, so in your system also you will have the same kind of ledger, you can even configure your own ledger mapping also. Okay, so I'm using the default system, so the default ledger configurations is coming. Okay, and also if I go to the stock ledger, then I can see right from here only that this stock got deducted from this warehouse. Okay, so here you can also see the valuations rate, and also the incoming rate, and also the outgoing rate. Okay, so you can see everything. Okay, now we learn about how we can record transactions in ACCU360 and how we can create masters and all. So this was just for the beginner who is just want to see the interface of ACCU360 and all. Okay, so there are lots of things that can be configured as per the requirement, but to keep it short and meaningful, we kept it very small and to the point. Okay, so now we recorded all the transactions, so we will just see financial report. Okay, like trial balance and all these things. Okay, so to see the trial balance or the balance sheet, we have to go to accounting, then financial statement, then trial balance. Okay, so from here we have to select the company. Okay, then the fiscal year, then automatically data will pop up. Okay, so here you can see the transactions. Okay, you can also switch to the ledger from here just by clicking it. Okay, so you can just switch to ledger also. Okay, so if you want to see other reports like balance sheets, profit and loss, then you can go to the profit and loss also. Okay, so you do not have to select this repeatedly because due to some misconfigurations I have to select this one. Okay, otherwise it is populated by default only. Okay, so here you can see the profit and loss account, loss statement also. Okay, so in this video, so this much only. Thank you for watching till the end, and also I would like to request you if you can comment and tell us what are the things that we can rectify. Okay, so that will be great help to improve in the next videos. Okay, and also if you need any material, education material or anything, you can just ping us at our contact detail which is available in video description. Okay, thank you everyone.